कमिंग टू द डिफरेंशिएटिंग पार्ट कि यू वांट टू डिफरेंशिएट. अब डिफरेंशिएट बोला आपने 2-3 चीज़ों पे, राइट? एक है पैकेजिंग, सेकंड कि एंड टू एंड पूरा खुद का इंटीग्रेट कर लो जैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग आपने बोला, राइट? और थर्ड इज योर इंग्रेडिएंट ओन करना. इन तीनों में एक सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर आता है, दैट इज कि मैं प्राइस वॉर में कैसे जीतूं. बिकॉज एक हमेशा से कॉन्वर्जेशन है इंडिया में स्पेसिफिकली दैट India is a very price sensitive market. Okay. I mean, now it's changing. India's new elite, all of this is there, but still at large, because a larger India is just getting exposed to these things. और अभी भी हमारी जो basic security वो take care नहीं है. Like, you know, it's not taken care by government. Like, if you look at US, तो US में your education is sorted, your health is sorted, your social security is sorted. तो आपको पता है कि इनमें आपको खर्चा नहीं करना. इंडिया में आपको पता है कि आपको पूरा पैसा इकट्ठा करके इन्हीं में खर्चा करना है, तो आप बचा के रखते हो. एंड देन देयर इज अ कल्चर ऑफ कि हम जनरेशन के लिए पैसा बचाते हैं कि मैं इतना पैसा कमाऊं कि ताकि मेरे बच्चों की शादी करा पाऊं, फिर उनकी पढ़ाई, फिर उनका, एंड सो दैट्स व्हाई यू सेव अ लॉट. दैट्स व्हाई हम जो डिस्पोजेबल चीजें हैं, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट एवरेज मिडिल क्लास फैमिली, राइट? तो जो डिस्पोजेबल चीजों पे महंगी चीजें नहीं खरीदते, यू नो, इतना महंगा नहीं करते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इंडियन ब्रांड्स. Let's say Forest Essentials, right? A Forest Essential बोलता है कि मैं बहुत अच्छे ingredients लाता हूँ, मैं ये करता हूँ, मैं वो करता हूँ, all these stories. It's very difficult. माना तुम्हारा product सबसे अच्छा है. I don't even know how the products are. I'm just giving an example, right? कि माना तुम्हारा product बहुत अच्छा है, तुमने बहुत सी perfumes डाल दी, तुमने बहुत महंगा कर दिया, और वो differentiating factor है. But वो एक Tier 3, Tier 4 में बेचना is very difficult क्योंकि उसका customer खरीदेगा नहीं और खरीद पाएगा नहीं. तो उस brand को scale achieve करना is very difficult. तो अगर मैंने इंग्रेडिएंट्स में खेला तो मैं महंगा हो जाऊंगा. मैंने फिर सोचा कि मैं पैकेजिंग बहुत अच्छी कर देता हूँ, मैं एक खतरनाक अलग टाइप की डायमंड पैकेजिंग ले आऊँगा, व्हाटएवर XYZ, मैं उसमें महंगा हो जाऊंगा क्योंकि एग्जिस्टिंग मैन्युफैक्चरर्स के पास जाऊँगा, उनसे मैं बोलता हूँ कि सर मेरे को ये पैकेजिंग चाहिए, तो वो बोलेंगे नहीं MOQ उतना पड़ेगा, आपको बाहर से बुलवाना पड़ेगा, और इतने नाटक करके आपको महंगा हो जाएगा. देन देयर यू सो आपका मान लो 5% कॉस्ट वहाँ बढ़ गया, 10% आपका इंग्रेडिएंट्स में बढ़ गया, ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद उसको आप मार्केट करोगे, बिकॉज अभी तक बिकता है लेट्स से विटामिन C फ्रॉम ऑरेंज एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है. फिर आप बोल रहे हो कि अब मैं नागपुर के ऑरेंज स्पेसिफिकली उनका 90% पोटेंट विटामिन C, तो ये कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए आपको पैसा भी खर्चा एक्स्ट्रा करना है, तो आपकी 15% कॉस्ट वहाँ बढ़ गई. तो ओवरऑल जस्ट COGS पे, कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड पे, आपका सिर्फ बनने में आपका प्रोडक्ट दूसरों से 50%, 35% ऑलरेडी महंगा हो गया. ओके, सो हाउ विल यू सेल in a market where let's say Purple is already a leader, or let's say Lakme is already a leader, or Mama Earth और Minimalist ये already leaders है. तो इनमें तुम कैसे जाओगे कि यार ठीक है मैं better ingredients दे रहा हूँ, better packaging दे रहा हूँ, लेकिन महंगा भी हूँ 500 रुपये, तो लेंगे लोग?
बिल्कुल लेंगे ना, because your insight is relevant for that audience. I mean, then you are asking me that, okay, yesterday I was reading this, Mercedes had its best year in India. First 6 months of this year, I think their sales have grown by 17%, and it's all led by top-end models. So GLS and EQS is leading the sales of Mercedes in India, and you're talking to me the opposite. It depends on what desire you create for people. I think GLS comes for probably 2 crores, and EQS also comes for a similar price.
1.5, 1.8, yeah.
So how is that happening?
But that's only that, like, what top 1%, 2% is getting elite.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying, there is a large business in India to be made at that price point. So I'm sure there is a large business in India to be made at 700, 800, 1,000 rupee price point. I'm sure there is a business to be made. So I think what happens is when we think macro na, hum micro chhod dete hain. And life is always in these micro nuances of any market. I think if your product is 50% more premium than many others, I'm sure if you reach out to the right audience with right messaging, and if it makes sense for them to buy, they will buy your product.
You feel there? It's a very interesting conversation, okay?
It's just that your market will keep shrinking as you keep going above a certain price point. But if you are, let's say, 50% more premium to mass products in India, I think there's a huge market at that price point. I think you can pick a niche, build a differentiated product, make profits, and reinvest those profits, and build a bigger product which probably caters to more of India, and distribute it properly, market it properly, and rinse and repeat the same process over and over again.
You genuinely believe that India has a market to build a 100 crore brand or in a very niche premium product? I'm not saying extremely premium. Luxury की बात नहीं कर रहा, premium बोल रहा.
Absolutely, very easily. I think the problem in India is our per capita GDP is low, but I think wealth is concentrated in a few top percentage people in India, and those top few percentage people in India contribute to majority of our consumption. And so if you cater to those top few percentage of people in India, you can build a very large business.
Yeah, I want to understand on this topic only. Go deeper. Okay. First is, recently a celebrity launched a brand, Deepika Padukone. She launched 82 Degree East, right? And as long as we've heard, the brand is not doing really well because the reviews on there, at least on the social media, is that it's too expensive. So do you think that even Deepika Padukone could not establish a luxury brand and that's too expensive?
I think luxury brands take time. If you look at all luxury, so I think she will get it right at some point in time if she persists. I think all luxury brands take time. Okay, let's look at all the luxury brands that you like to consume. Okay, most of them are 80, 90, 100 years old.
Yeah.
So if you expect somebody to do that job in 8 months, I think it's not a fair ask. When you buy a luxury product or when you buy a very premium product, you're not paying for the product. You're paying for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right?
You're paying for the signaling value.
Yeah. And that takes time to build. So we have to be patient. Let's give her 10 years.
Even
if somebody persists at it, I think people will be able to do it.
Even in beauty, do you feel that this happens?
Absolutely.
Like people buy for signaling value?
Yeah, absolutely. You can show it off. Absolutely.
How can I show off? Let's say I want to buy a Bobbi Brown lipstick or a Chanel cream.
Yeah.
Is it show off worthy? That's why I buy it?
No, I think look at all fragrances.
Fragrances for sure.
Yeah.
Fragrances.
I think you can take out your lipstick in a washroom in any high-end mall and people will know what kind of lipstick are you applying. Why do you think people don't buy premium sanitary pads? Because nobody talks about it. Right? It's not a talk-worthy thing. So it will never sell premium, even if it's great. Therefore, people will keep lowering prices on it. Because it's not a talk-worthy topic. Nobody goes and discusses and shows off my sanitary pad, right? But everybody shows off their lipstick and perfume. Yeah, everybody talks, and foundation. Yeah, it's a topic. That I go to this market in Delhi because this guy gets this shopkeeper gets these high-end foundations from Dubai because they are not available in India or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's a topic that is
you can talk about.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely, you can talk about it.
Purity.
So products in the bathroom will be cheaper. Products on the dressing table will be more expensive because you can show it off.
Yeah, the one you can carry it in your purse and then
Yes, it'll be more.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But that gets me to a second question. Okay.
So, bada surprising. I'll give you my personal example. So, I live in a pretty premium building. I live in Powai, and so most of these flats would be like 5 crores to 8 crores, 10 crores a flat. But when I walk into some washrooms, I find ये तो बहुत mass products रखे हुए हैं. But nobody talks about it. I think it's a great victory for all these mass brands that they are present in such households, but they're only there on the bathroom. They're not there on the dressing table. The dressing table is full of premium products.
So, जब हम show off worthy की बात करते हैं, अगर मैं expensive products बनाता हूँ, then isn't it जो market को मैं target करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ? Let's say I'm targeting very high affinity, good buildings where people have the capacity to pay and buy. तो वो usually travel ज़्यादा करते हैं, उनके पास access होता है कि वो international websites, international products बुला सकते हैं. तो वो लोग international products नहीं खरीदें क्योंकि show off value in Western products is more than an Indian brand. At least as till now, until जब तक brand
I'm
नहीं
saying show off value is not directly proportional to imports. I think you can build a cool brand in India and make it show off worthy. Boat. There's nothing wrong in boat. I think it's very show-off worthy, which is why it will sell a lot.
But it doesn't appeal to the top 5%
But
of the
that
country.
it doesn't
no?
cater to any which ways. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends on what your customer audience is.
So I'm just saying,
So if you're
boat is
referring
little,
to
still, I would say it's a still massy brand. It is not catering to people living in your building.
If you are catering to people who are
Living in your building, let's say that's what.
Yeah. Then I think made in Europe is, or made in Korea is better than made in India.
Exactly.
Yeah. Still. Yeah. But we have to change that perception as builders.
So, but it's now you say there's a gap in the Indian market, जो made in Korea, made in Europe को beat कर पाए. There is merit in that, and I think somebody will build it and crack it.
I think over a period of time, people will realize that the efficacy of the products that we are making in India and the sensorial, I'm referring to more from beauty point of view now, and the sensorial appeal and the packaging of those products is as internationally world class as you would buy it from any of those destinations, and they are more easily available, and therefore you will buy it. You will start appreciating it more, but it will take some time.
So you'll start appreciating Indian luxury brands from India.
Yes, absolutely you will.
Nice.
No questions about it. It just takes legacy. See, again I'm saying, I think if you are building premium brands and luxury brands, legacy is very important. You can't build a luxury...
Story is very important.
Yeah. You're selling a lifestyle, you're selling a dream. And so that dream cannot be built in 1 year, unfortunately. I wish one could do it, but it's probably very hard or near impossible. Yeah. So Chanel is probably 100 years old. Yeah. It still is super relevant globally, but yeah, it is 100 years old, dude. Like, tell me one brand in India which is 100 years old. Probably Tata. Yeah. And there's a lot of respect for that brand, right?
Oh yes.
It's
Tata
not,
people, in most of the products, people don't see their price. And I'm talking about very, very extreme villages I have sold to. So I used to visit villages to sell my detergent, and I've been to like extreme villages where there are 5,000 people population, right?
Yes.
And I've seen there's somebody's coming, and you would sense that, okay, this customer is extremely price conscious. You would come and stand at a shop for, let's say, 30 minutes. Compare everything. ये वाला साबुन कितने का, ये वाला कितने का है, then he'll take one. ये वाला छोटा पैकेट कितने का है, लेकिन वो टाटा नमक ऐसे ही लेके जाएगा बिना प्राइस के.
Likewise, Unilever has been in India for 80 plus years. I think 90 years now. So it takes time, look. I mean, I think there is a compounding magic that happens because you are in the system for a long period of time and you've been doing good, which, human mind cannot process. Therefore, you're expecting Deepika Padukone to succeed so quickly, because I think we theoretically understand compounding, but I think our brain is never able to process the power of compounding, and hence subconsciously we want things to happen very quickly, while in our conscious mind we will think, "Arey, compounding is very good," and we'll talk about it, but subconsciously we all want it to happen much quicker than we allow the power of compounding to happen.
Thank you for watching this till the end. If you want to become a better leader for tomorrow, then subscribe our channel for more such clips.